Hey fellow music fans, welcome back to Psychology of Rock. If you're new to the channel, my name's Nina, and today we've got another deep dive video about The Warning. Now, as many of you know, they are my absolute favorite ladies in rock, and at the time I'm recording this, we are just days away from the official release of the Keep Me Fed album, which we've all been patiently waiting for and cannot wait to hear in entirety. Now, I have done a lyrical and video analysis for every track that has come out so far except Burnout, which is what I'm going to be doing today. So I want to quickly talk about the song itself, dive into the meaning of the lyrics, and then offer some thoughts and observations about the music video and some of the Easter eggs and references that I noticed. And just a reminder that this is purely my own interpretation and analysis. I'm in no way trying to speak for the band. And as always, I want to hear your thoughts, so don't forget to share them in the comments section below. You guys always have the best theories and observations. They absolutely never disappoint. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So starting with my reaction to the actual track, I think the song themes really well with the rest of the songs that we've heard on the album so far. And even though they've been writing with and kind of collaborating with a lot of different people, I do hear a common thread between all of the new material. Now for this song specifically, I really like the hook, and I think it's got a great guitar riff and a really groovy bass line. I absolutely love the drums, and I'm definitely getting some Muse vibes or maybe some Royal Blood. The bridge is probably my favorite part of the song, and from the clips I've seen online, I think the song actually sounds even better live. But overall, it's just been really interesting hearing these new tracks and the direction that they are going in. I feel like huge mainstream success is really just around the corner for them, which they definitely deserve, but I really do feel like it's pretty imminent. I've also noticed that lyrically the band has been experimenting with a new style of writing, which is something that I know a lot of fans have also noticed, and this is something that the girls have been really open about. I was listening to the interview with Full Metal Jackie, and Pal told her that in writing this album, they wanted to try new things out, and they felt that not every song had to be deep, that some songs could just be fun rock songs, and that's not the only interview that I've heard the word fun come up in. It seems like they're happy to get to perform songs that do have a fun vibe right now, and one of the biggest draws for The Warning is their amazing live show, so it's not surprising to me that this is where a large part of their focus is at the moment. Still, I do think there are some interesting things happening lyrically here. I don't think that we need to go through it line by line because I think the words and the meaning are pretty straightforward, but I do want to highlight a few things. Now, the band explained that the song was about being tired of being dragged down by someone who just stopped trying in life, which I think perfectly aligns with the connotation of the word burnout when it's used as a noun in this way, and I think the lyrics perfectly support this as well. There's also some possible references to substance use, which also aligns with the connotation of the word. They use the word wasted, and they talk about the smoke around them filling up the room, so that seems like it might be part of the story here as well. I think in a nutshell, the song is criticizing someone who continues to make bad choices and negatively affects everyone around them as a result. I think we all know people like that who claim their lives are so tough, but never do anything about it except complain and completely lack the motivation to actually improve their situation. I think the lyrics are warning the person that this path is going to lead to isolation and them just being left behind because the protagonist is ready to move on since this person is just basically wasting their time and creating distance between them because of their destructive behavior. My absolute favorite line in the song is, "You plan your demolition with a list of self-inflictions." I think that is a very clever way to put it. And I also think the lines, "the smoke around you splits us in two," is actually very clever because not only is the smoke described as a metaphorical barrier here, but it could also be seen as almost a physical barrier that ends up creating emotional distance and tension. So while I've heard some people say that lyrically this is one of their more simple songs, I think we still see some creative imagery here, and I think that their use of more straightforward language is actually really effective. I definitely think that the lyrics vividly convey exactly what they wanted the song to be about. Now, what's interesting to me, as a few of you pointed out in the comments on a post that I made about the song, is that the music video is about a completely different type of burnout. This is something that I noticed immediately as well, and I agree that the song and the music video have two very different meanings and purposes, which I also thought was very clever. Now, of course, from a mental health perspective, burnout is a state of emotional, physical, or mental exhaustion that's caused by prolonged stress or excessive stress, which seems to be the meaning that they played upon in this video, but they did it in a very funny and lighthearted way. We saw the band do this type of thing in the Que Más Quieres video, where the song itself is really dark, but the music video has a completely different tone and changes the overall feel of the song. As Daryl W. put it here in this comment, a dual meaning is their forte, and all of their work is open to interpretation. I really like that they often play around with double meanings or layers of meanings. But back to Burnout specifically, the basic storyline in the video is that the band is completely exhausted to the point where Ale is laying on the floor with her eyes closed, playing her bass, and Pau is just basically collapsing on her drum set. And Dany comes up with the idea to find body doubles so they can finally take a break. So they decide to hold these look-alike auditions on this American Idol type of show where the band are judges, and they pick the 3 best to perform as them in a virtual reality concert. I thought this was such a fun idea for a video, and I thought that everyone who showed up for the casting, which really was a real casting call, did a fantastic job and showed some amazing creativity. I love all the different looks that people went with. They really kind of covered the entire spectrum of the Warning's career. There's everything from competing Que Más Quieres brides to someone dressed as a narwhal, paying tribute to Dany with a giant inflatable donut. I think a lot of the Easter eggs that we see in the video actually came from the fans themselves, from the person doing push-ups at the audition, which is something we've seen footage of Dany doing before shows, all the way to the appearance of Daniela, which was brilliant. We also have a signature Ali Pepsi wink, which I absolutely love that they included. But I think what made this video stand out for me the most was that it's almost like a love letter to their fans. The focus really is on the Warning Army and the incredible relationship that's been there since the beginning. Not only that, but they actually took the time to list every single participant that went to the auditions in the ending credits in the video. I can't think of another band that would have made sure that that happened. It just really shows their character and their sincere gratitude for all the people that support them. They have absolutely no ego, and they actually even make fun of themselves in the video, where they have someone in the audience watching their new body doubles and then respond, "They seem to have improved," which is of course completely untrue, but hilarious, and shows that despite everything going on for them right now, they still have a sense of humor and they don't take themselves too seriously. Another example is Pau pretending to get angry at the girl auditioning to be Ale. It's like she's having fun being a caricature of herself and exaggerating her stereotype as being the one with the quickest temper. I think the whole video just showcases their amazing personalities, which I think has been a huge part of their success. So just a really fun video overall, and I'm greatly looking forward to hearing the rest of the songs on the new album and continuing to watch The Warning take over the world. If you enjoyed today's analysis, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on Burnout and anything you think that I missed, so please take a moment and leave your comments down below. Let me know also what you want me to cover next, and I will see you in the next video.